Hello, and welcome to our own personal vault. My name is Richard Stanford, Senior Community Manager here at Bethesda Softworks, and today is a very special day for Fallout 76 because we get to introduce you to the next major update for the game, as well as the biggest map expansion to Fallout 76 yet. Luckily for us, we have a great group of devs to talk about this with. So let's kick things off with a few introductions. Joining us from Bethesda Game Studios Austin, we have Fallout 76 Creative Director, John Rush. Hey, John.
Hey, Richard. Thanks for having me.
And we also have Production Director, Bill Lacoste. What's up, Bill?
Hey, Richard. Long time no see.
And then joining me here in the vault itself is lead designer Carl McKevitt. What's up, man?
How's it going, Richard? Hi, everybody.
All right, so now let's get started with the content. John, can you set the stage for this update? What do we have coming?
Oh, I can set the stage all right. Into this year, we've got Burning Springs, and it's poised to be one of our biggest updates ever. The new region is terrifyingly beautiful and feels very familiar to
Biggest
fans, drawing
update
its main
ever.
influences from Fallout 3
比废土克还要大哦。
This exciting new update features an
哎，还主要是辐射3个新闻加4的
to
风格。
explore with their friends and build upon. A new chapter to our Appalachian story, which takes place in Ohio. Welcome to Ohio, folks.
换州了，不是阿帕拉契亚，不是西弗吉尼亚，还是阿帕拉契亚地区，但是是俄亥俄州了。
Fallout 76's 23rd consecutive season, 23rd, Blood and Rust. A new camp pet. We've got the Rad Hog, and they're proving to be a very invasive species. In a way, dog meat meets hog meat. Burning Springs is also
野猪吗？辐射野猪。
better to host an awesome feature like bounty hunting than the ghoul. Not a ghoul, Richard. The ghoul. The ghoul from the hit Fallout series has made his way to
series 说的是电视剧啊，说的是电视剧。
The one and only Walton Goggins.
Walton 亲自啊，
And we have key art.
这过了好几百年啊，不对，没有。哦，时间线我又搞错了，朋友们，先暂停一下。因为辐射的时间线其实你也不仔细捋一下，总容易搞错。电视剧是在辐射4之后，所以这是几百年前，这是几百年前。 No， 对，因为我都搞错了，因为76是辐射整个所有辐射游戏里面时间线最前的，它是所有辐射游戏的前传，所以这尸鬼出现在这里讲的是什么？讲的是在辐射电视剧这件事情，大概具体多少年我也说不清，但肯定有100-200年左右，就是可能好像是因为辐射4是200年以后嘛。 那辐射76是20几年以后，就是核战20几年以后，那是200多年以后。那电视剧是辐射4几年以后，所以大概算一下就是差不多200年。所以是尸鬼他在战后已经变成尸鬼了的时候，然后战后20多年发生的故事，也就是整个电视剧的200年之前发生的故事。
John, do you have anything to say about this amazing art?
It's amazing. What else needs to be said?
可以看到那是弹珠啊，新的宠物，还有浮空要塞啊，其实不是浮空，它建在那个高速公路立交桥上，但是挂着气球，这气球是什么猪头气球啊？我靠！
Freeway overpass that we'll talk about. It's got everything for everyone.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. All right. So, Bill, a couple of days ago, you and I were having a conversation just about all of the updates that have arrived that we've released for Fallout 76 and how it all kind of like has built to this moment of us doing Burning Springs. Would you be able to talk to that a little bit more?
Yeah, I'll keep it brief, but we've done a lot over the past year. So, just starting off with the end of last year with raids, the Gleaming Depths. We brought Gleaming Depths into Appalachia, where a lot of our high-level players and even mid-level players could come in, get new 4-star legendaries, and embark on a really impactful and fun raid with their friends. We also dropped in the ability to play as a ghoul, and that brought in just a new level of
招聘
play
是
in
放
terms
进
of
来，
the
不是
types of
放
loadouts
弃
that，players
计
could
番
have,
有
the
问
types of
题。
weapons they were picking to use, the types of perks and legendary perks they decided to go with, and that just brought more and more systems into the game. Following that, we brought fishing in, and as John likes to say, anywhere you can swim, you can fish. So we brought a ton of different fish. We had local legends. We have glowing fish, rare fish, common fish, uncommon fish, all throughout the area. So you can basically just travel throughout the wasteland. And there's also challenges applied to those as well. We also brought in axolotls, and we release a seasonal axolotl every month. So now I think we are on the fourth one now. So yeah. So yeah, and again, just another system that we continue to
说的
drop
是那个
into this
蝾
game to
螈
make
吗？
it more expansive, make it more fun, and also that's something we can continue to plan on supporting in the future with new things, as you'll see coming up. After that, we also did the camp revamp, and that was a huge update here. That was about 3 weeks ago now, and we allowed the ability to relax some of the building rules so players could place things freely throughout their camp, which made some of the more rockier areas of the world easier to build camps within. And then the whole UI system that we redesigned there. We have over 6,000 camp items in the game now, and so that
说了，官方说游戏里一共有6000个可建造物体，朋友们，6000个。之前我就很好奇到底有多少，因为从来没有个统计之类的。
ability to go through that list now and see things categorized and subcategorized and then see all the variations really clearly made it a lot easier for folks to come in and build camps and also move things around their camps. And they've also created a ton of amazing camps. I know John and I have seen things like robots that got created recently, just amazing
我看到有
creativity
人
out
做了一个
of
小
the
场闹，
community. I like to
完
think that
全
I'm
一
a
致，根
pretty
本看不
decent
出来
game
是
builder
假的。
myself. But then I jump into the world and John kind of disagrees. He's kind of mid. I'm kind of mid. Okay, yeah, we're mid. But jump into the world and start looking at some of these people's camps, and it's just like, okay, yeah, you're really good. I'm terrible. Great job, great work. Hopefully they submit them as best builds, and some of them do, and I go in and vote for them, of course. And so yeah, and then kind of some of the sub changes that have happened throughout the year too that have actually spanned it across the whole year have been things like combat rebalance and perk balancing. We've removed some of the unnecessary perks or perks that didn't have as much impact as we thought they would have, and kind of retune them a little bit, move them to different specials. We also
这
did a
个
lot
是
of
因为76一开始刚发售的时候定位是比较生存的，就是比较生存游戏。你可以看到最开始那种演示还着重 PVP， 所以它 perk 里有很多以前 PVP 的，还有生存要素的。但在后面呢，首先 PVP 被极度边缘化了，然后生存呢也越来越弱了，所以很多以前的 perk 包括食物和水以前是有需求的，现在是你可以不吃不喝的，它不会有 debuff， 是你吃喝有 buff。那在游戏刚出来的时候是你不吃不喝是有 debuff 的，所以等等有很多生存要素，包括一开始比如说各种重量限制，后来也调了，然后包括会员还出了辅助品箱，就是这些东西出来以后，生存要素和PVP 要素越来越弱，所以就越来越MMO 化，越来越像一个 MMORPG， 就是这种囤积东西的 MMORPG 这种感觉，所以有很多 camp 有很多 perk 就删掉了，要么就完全改掉了，应该是因为这个。
About rebalancing with a lot of the different weapons to kind of bring some of the lower performing weapons up to a performing level. So now you can actually play the game as you want to play it. We didn't really like the fact that players were having to chase for a particular meta weapon, and it's like, okay, you have to have a fixer, you have to have an auto axe, or you have to have a Gatling plasma gun. It's like we wanted players to be able to play the game as they saw fit.
这个我完全同意，这个是我认为很多 MMORPG 做的很差的，但是辐射76做的很好的一个东西，就是你从来不需要赶版本，是每个版本可能还是会有几个最优解，但是我觉得这一点是为什么我一直不喜欢玩任何的 MMORPG， 包括命运啊，我也玩过，比如全境封锁啊，我也玩全境封锁2玩了90多个小时，但是就是不喜欢到最后只有76说玩了2000多个小时，很大一个原因就是它每个版本虽然也会有几个比较优的解，但你从来不需要去追逐这些东西， 你就爱怎么玩怎么玩。是别人一枪打死了，你可能要2-3枪，那又怎么样？就他就完全没有不能玩那种情况。这个游戏就很很休闲，很随意。说我非要玩一个弓箭，我就喜欢玩弓箭，是我弓箭伤害没别人高，但我也能玩。而的话，99%的情况下都没有，你都不会感觉到有多吃力。是没有别人那么 OP， 但是也不会多吃力，就是它装备和装备之间的这个差距啊，你去认真构筑和你随便玩差距有，但没有那么大，所以就非常好。很多网游你要是不认真搭配装备，你要是不认真去刷这些东西，你人都刮不动。但是76不会这个样子，除非是那些副本 BOSS， 我另说，副本我没怎么打，但就世界里的所有的那些任务、主线、支线、公共事件，其实都你没有什么特别惩罚性的去逼你追东西的这个情况的。
Whether it was one-handed, two-handed, automatics, pistols, anything like that. And so a lot of those changes have really come in and made the game much stronger and a lot more balanced. And even on the gameplay side, now actually aiming LMGs and some of the more, automatic weapons that had a really huge spread, that's been tightened up quite a bit. So now it's a lot easier to play, and it's a lot more fun to run around. And now that kind of brings us up to where we are now. All of these systems kind of play into Burning Springs now. And that's kind of the whole point, is to continue to build on these systems, make them better, iterate them on them throughout the year, and then bring them into a major update coming out here in early December.
注意，这12月更新的这次更新会是辐射76有史以来最大规模的更新。没错，也就是远超之前的废土克。废土克一直是，其实废土克之后的更新都没有废土克那么大，但是这一次5年后超越废土克规模的全新免费资料片，肯定是免费的，当然我们后面看啊。但是76就没有收费的资料片，所以令人震惊。这游戏走到第5个年头，这一个游戏走到第5个年头，而且它的发售情况大家都有目共睹，是吧？它发售的时候是辐射系列评价最低的一座嘛，当时。但是现在呢，它不仅活到现在，它甚至还活得越来越好了，还活出了自己史上最大更新，马上。这真的是想不到，我当然都想不到，说实话，我当然想不到这游戏能走这么远。你说2018年当时，有3款服务型游戏，大概在差不多同一时段先后出来的，评价都不好，但是后来其实都3款里有2款都救活了，而且做的都是越来越好，包括《全境封锁2》。全境封锁2就是其中一个。全境封锁2之前沉寂了一段时间，但最近不也复活了吗？最近也开始释出巨大更新，所以也不错。我玩的挺久全境2，虽然我没有像76这么玩的深了，但是我也玩的挺久的。只有圣歌，只有圣歌没了，3个里面只有我不说了。
And yeah, that's kind of the rundown.
It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. I think the players have absolutely seen the amount of work and effort that the team has been putting in for this past year. I know on the combat side alone, we've had to own separate articles just to host all of the combat patch notes. And it's been amazing, too, getting all of the feedback from the players during the PTS sessions to help us kind of make sure that we're fine-tuning and we're working on and we're iterating again on these larger systems. All right. Let's get into Burning Springs now, all right? So new content. Carl, tell the people about the quest line that will bring them into Burning Springs.
Mm-hmm.
Funny
enough, it all centers on the origins of the axolotls. That is it's not. As mentioned, this takes place in Ohio. It's all about the introduction of not just this new region, but a new threat to our overall story that's happening in Appalachia. You'll be introduced to a character called the Rust King. We are all really big fans of how he turned out. We can't wait for players to get a look at him. But it's going to be about kind of working with him, learning about the ins and outs of surviving within Burning Springs. It's a very cutthroat environment. I liken it to a pressure cooker for the wasteland. It kind of feels like you've been transported a few hundred years in the future in the Fallout universe. So you get that feeling that you got from like Fallout 3, where the depravity is at an all-time high. So it takes you all around that.
所以这次和这个叫什么西弗吉尼亚本体不同的就是，我想它会比较像匹兹堡那种，但是因为它的规模比匹兹堡大得多，它是俄亥俄州，它是辐射76有史以来最大的拓展，所以它就不像匹兹堡就是一个副本，而是一个完全就像辐射3那种非常的压抑、非常绝望的氛围的一个全新地区。
Region it gives you a good introduction to it, and it also sets up the Rust King as a character that I would anticipate we might see more of in the future. He's a pretty cool guy, but yeah, it's an exciting new direction that we're going in, and I can't wait for players to check it out.
Me too. So, can you share a little bit more about what players should expect to do along this main quest line?
Yeah, so you may have seen in the key art there's that kind of building or that structure that's on top of the highway. That's called Highway Town. That is your primary hub for most of the content. We'll talk about bounty hunting. That does take place there, but the quest also sends you there as well. It's kind of the center point of the region that you can go to the different kind of sub-biomes of. So the quest will take you up there to introduce you to some people that live within there, and then also take you on challenges all throughout the region to do more of the brave and mighty things that the Rust King wants to see out of the player. But yeah, it's I don't want to spoil too much. There's some pretty cool moments in there though. A variety of characters that you get to meet, and yeah, a lot of Rust King, which is always a good thing.
Which is honestly perfect that you're mentioning.
说实话，刚才这一段说了相当于没说，但是挺好的，你就最好就别说，否则对吧？我们到时候还要玩呢。这个我其实是不想，你最好啥，你最好就别说，反正。
Rust King right now, and I know you just say you don't want to spoil too much, but we all love the Rust King, and we know that players are going to love the Rust King.
Yep.
So could you share a little bit more details about the Rust King and how he ended up in Ohio?
咱们把铁锈王翻译成腊肠王。
Okay.
But I will tell you a bit about what makes him special, why we like him so much. So we've seen intelligent super mutants in the past in this series. Often we lean into the.
原来这是个超，你这已经给剧透了，其实。这已经给剧透的就是他是个超级变种人，他是个智慧超级变种人。难道是类似于辐射天维加斯以蓝皮人那种智慧变种人？辐射1和辐射2里应该也有智慧变种人，我记得。
The idea that they're kind of gentle giants. The smarter they get, we often see them being either scientists or they're interested in poetry. Well, the Rust King kept a lot of his intelligence, but he kept the heart of a raider. And that makes him a super violent, super threatening guy. And it's really interesting to see a big super mutant speak the way that the Rust King speaks and still have that terrifying presence to him.
I love it.
哦，他说这种，我觉得我也会很欣赏，就是这种角色。我一时间我可能举不出什么特别例子，但是大家应该都记得那种就是特别有魅力的反派，就有很多时候让你觉得那种就是他心狠手辣、生性残暴，但是却有很，比如说在谈吐间有那种，比如说你看《沉默的羔羊》的时候，你看汉尼拔的时候，你看孤岛惊魂的一些主角的时候，就会有那种感觉，就会觉得那种这人既是疯子又是就比一般的那种，比如说之前我们遇到的匹兹堡的那种要更加掠夺者的那种，其实单纯的暴力血腥可能会更令人害怕的那种害怕本身有一种魅力在里面。如果他是这种类型的角色，我可以理解他们为什么之前有这种感觉，就是大家肯定会喜欢这个的表述。
I love it so much. It's going to be so much fun. But all right, so you mentioned we talked about the zone. We talked about where players are going to go and what type of content that they should expect. You also mentioned bounty hunting. John, bounty hunting. Why bounty hunting and why now?
Well, as you can imagine, a region like Burning Springs, there's going to be a lot of nefarious folks around there.
这话他长得好像我一个同事啊，
it's a great way for our players to help clean up the wasteland and get a few extra caps in their pocket at the same time. So bounty hunting takes off in the sprawling settlement of Highway Town that Carl was mentioning. Highway Town located in the middle of the new region, Burning Springs. Highway Town is a huge community hub teeming with bustle and a lot of hustle. And the word around the wasteland is there's a ghoul somewhere around here paying caps for some work. I could use a few extra caps. What about you, Richard?
Absolutely.
Once you arrive, make sure to visit a watering hole named The Last Resort to see if you can round up those few extra caps. The ghoul seems to be conducting some business towards the back, and after a quick look over, if he feels he can make use of your unique skills, we'll offer up some of those lower level bounties that aren't really worth his time. Those lower level bounties are called grunt hunts. And he has plenty of these contracts to offload to players, providing a steady source of experience, caps, and legendary items. For the more daring among us, a tougher contract can be bought outright. The ghoul never has qualms about separating a vault dweller from their caps. These more prestigious contracts are called headhunts. Players also have the chance to earn these when successfully completing grunt hunts. A headhunt is a special bounty hunting contract. It's a public event where everyone within earshot can join. The main target is as tough as they come, and players cannot do it alone. Like grunt hunts, headhunts can be a steady source of experience, caps, and legendary items, however, on a much, much grander scale. Completed headhunts additionally give our bounty hunters the chance to earn one of dozens of unique new mods benefiting human and ghoul play styles alike. Once again, building upon updates that we've done previously this year. Grunt hunts and headhunts are unique experiences to the new Burning Springs region and take place randomly in one of 20 preset custom locations across the new region. Thematically resonant with the ghoul and the awesome new region of Burning Springs, bounty hunting is destined to be a hit with our players.
Thanks, John. Carl, can we talk about the mods a little bit more?
Yeah, sure. So we're doing something a little bit different with the rewards that you get from bounty hunting. So we're adding some new 1, 2, and 3-star mods to the mix of weapons that'll drop after you do headhunts. As John mentioned, they
1、2、3星传奇效果的模组
playstyle, but there's just some new stuff that's mixed in there as well. So if you want to get your hands on those, if you want to learn the recipes, play lots of headhunts, those will start dropping from them. And we're excited to mix things up a little bit.
Yeah, and good thing for you, all of the legendary mods will be listed out in our patch notes for the PTS arriving tomorrow. All right, so we've talked about bounty hunting, we've talked about Burning Springs, we've talked about the Rust King. Let's talk about the new events. Carl,
yes.
Take me through them.
We got 2 new events. We have Gearing Up, which is about gearing up, as the name would imply, a death clause. So the Rust King, part of his whole army is that he likes to have tamed death claws that are wearing armor. You'll see them throughout the region. They're super ferocious. They're awesome. Quick tip, if you see them, they have a tamer with them. If you ever see a Deathclaw tamer, shoot that tamer and watch what happens. It's very fun. But the Deathclaws himself, somebody's got to dress him up. Somebody's got to teach him the ropes. So that's what you'll do as a player during Gearing Up. It takes place in a junkyard. It's really cool. It's very explosive. The second event, called Sinkhole Solutions, takes place in a dried lake bed that's kind of turned into a sinkhole. It is very metal, is what I'll say. There is lots of fire, sandstorms. You're fighting rad scorpions. Super cool, very ambient thing. It's another fun event. Both of them really focus on the feedback that we know from players, which is they want to kill lots of stuff and they want some reliable legendary weapons that come out of it. So we'll both of these, we make sure that you get enough legendaries out of them. You get a good reward for joining it, and it's also just a lot of fun without some weird, confusing objectives or anything. It's all pretty straightforward. Protect the thing, kill the thing. It's really cool.
Sounds perfect. Yeah. Thank you. And that's not all either. Bill, we also have some other updates coming to Burning Springs too, right?
Yeah, for sure. Specifically about those legendary mods. No, I am not going to give you my favorite because every time I give you my favorite, it gets cut. So I'm going to save that for another time. But yeah, so when it comes to fishing, one of the pieces of feedback we've gotten over the past is every time we would drop a new system or new level of interaction, it'd be like, hey, are we going to continue supporting that? Add new stuff to it. And we were like, yeah, sure. And then we didn't. And so with fishing, we've said, no, we got to stop doing that.
是啊，请问当时会员出的时候说有未来会更新永久保存工坊，
So yes, with the new region now, we've got new fish, we've got new local legends, new places to fish, of course, and new places to set up your fishing camps. So that's one big change. We also have what you will find throughout the world called Abraxo cases. And once you pick one of those up, or if you happen to just travel into Athens, it's going to kick off a quest called Dirty Laundry. And by collecting these, I'm not going to give you the whole story of it, but by collecting these and finishing off the quest, you're actually going to get a really cool gun at the end of that. So that's another major element here.
Yeah, giving people a really good reason to kind of like go out and explore the world and collect items by putting a really valuable reward at the end. That's so good. Guys?
I was going to say that we only have one local legend, but now I want to have it so that we had two, but we cut one because Bill talked about it. That's going to be the official legend of what happened there.
Nice job, Bill.
Yeah.
Yep. My bad. Sorry, everybody. My fault.
Sounds like, though, guys, we have a lot of content coming for Burning Springs, our biggest map expansion yet. So for you all watching at home, many of your favorite Fallout 76 content creators right about now, I think, should be releasing their own videos and impressions about the content you just heard about. So make sure you head on over to YouTube or to their social platforms and support them and watch their videos. It's going to be really fun. If you play on PC, the Burning Springs public test server begins tomorrow. Keep an eye on our Fallout and Bethesda Game Studios social channels for more information about the patch notes and to know when everything goes live. Now, there has become a tradition whenever we're doing kind of interviews with devs, every time we have a new dev, we ask them a very specific question. Now, Carl, this question is for you because you're the new dev here.
Okay.
Where do you stand on the eating axolotl or saving axolotl debate?
Just need to let you all know we're keeping a list. We know who you are. If you've eaten the axolotls, you're on that list. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, that's the type of energy that I haven't received that type of response from any other devs yet, so.
It's the last time you're going to get to see me on a call. So.
Wait, is he keeping a list like a friends list for people that have eaten axolotls, or is he keeping a list of like the naughty list for people that have eaten axolotls?
I'll let you be the judge of that.
Perfect. All right, that's it for us today. We'll see you around the wasteland.